Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today we finished a JBI suspension revalve on this 2022 Kawasaki KX450. The forks on this bike are the Showa 49mm twin chamber spring fork, and I consider this the second generation of this fork. Reason being is it has a different free piston style than the first version of these forks that came out on the Hondas in 2017 and 2018. Those are also the Showa 49mm twin chamber spring forks, but they had a different free piston design. And in 2019, that design got updated on the CRF models and also on the Kawasaki, which 2019 was the first year that Kawasaki went back to spring forks, and they put these forks on their 2019 Kawasaki model. And they are still the same forks on the 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 model. If you're interested in what the SR edition forks look like, we have a video on that compares the production stock forks, so these ones, to the 2023 Showa SR forks. You can find that on our YouTube channel. These forks were set up to the JBI suspension soft Moto / off-road setting. This is a great setting for riders that do a mix of both. They like to ride the motocross track, maybe not the most aggressive rider out there, but I still like to ride it, and they like to ride the off-road a lot as well. So this setting gives them a nice kind of blend of both worlds, something that's still pretty comforting and plush to ride in the off-road setting while not being overly soft on the motocross track. For pure moto guys, it would definitely be a little too soft for them, as pure motocross setups tend to just be a little firmer overall for that level of aggressive riding. The forks were revalved to our JBI suspension Pro Fork spec. What that is our JBI suspension revalve with additional hard part upgrades that go inside of the fork. We have details of exactly what goes inside of these on our website at ridejbi.com. It tells you exactly what parts we're using, why we're using them, and what you can expect to feel different afterwards. We also sell this fork setup as a do-it-yourself install kit, aka DIY. That is available on our website as well. The rear shock was revalved to match, so it is also set up to our JBI suspension soft Moto setting. We also swapped out the bladder cap to the JBI bladder cap. This is the screen piece right here. Reason being, the stock bladder cap right here utilizes a self-sealing rubber plug to encapsulate the gas inside of the shock. And while these rubber self-sealing plugs do work, they also fail sometimes and do not work. So at Ride JBI, our bladder caps have a shredder valve on them, like most shocks do. So not only is it much easier to charge the shock and more reliable in encapsulating and holding the gas, it is also easy to check the shock if you want to verify how much pressure is inside of it. You also see we increased the volume a little bit as well. We didn't go too crazy with it, but we did increase it also. Side note, we did our JBI titanium subframe bolts. These fit better inside of the subframe rail hole, so the subframe can't wiggle around as much. I know it doesn't wiggle when you tighten it down, but when you have a better fitment of the bolt inside the subframe, it doesn't allow it to wiggle around under any pressure or torque loads. So these are a nice little upgrade. Plus they're a Torx 45. So if you've ever stripped out the 6mm Allen bolts, you will appreciate why we use a Torx fitting on these instead. Anyway, we also resprung the shock for the rider to a firmer shock spring, and we also added our JBI suspension black bumper. The Kawasaki is an awesome bike. I think it has great handling. I compare it to like a Clydesdale, like a big horse, meaning these bikes are very stable. You can go fast on them, they'll go straight, and I still think for how stable they are, they turn quite damn well. I dig that it's got the aluminum frame. It's really cool that it's got a hydraulic clutch. It's got an electric start. I feel like Kawasaki was kind of the first Japanese company to start matching KTM, because with the 2019 model for this KX450 is when they cut some weight, added the hydraulic clutch, went back to the spring forks, went to electric start. I thought that was really cool to see Kawa say, okay, you know what, let's meet KTM at what they're doing and add some cool features to this motorcycle. So great job on Kawasaki. I can't wait to see what they come out for the 2024 model and see what changes they did. I know there's been some teasers online, but I haven't really seen anything in absolute concrete facts or evidence on what's going to be new about it. So hopefully soon that comes out and we can check out what's new. If you'd like JBI to do your suspension, please reach out, give us a call, or send us an email, and we'll talk to you about what type of bike you have, where you ride at, how you ride, and we'll go over the different setting options that we have available and what would work best for you. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com.